Shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakodash. The honors to our teachers, the apostles, and other bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Yeah, just titled this lesson, A Disguised Iniquities. You see, because when you consider the things that Esau Edom present to you here in this lifetime, as a form of entertainment, whether it be, TV sitcoms or sports, Netflix series, or even down to things in your phone, your social media apps, the reels and the shorts that you watch, the things that he pretty much present, it all be iniquity, man. It'll be something that's seen as an abomination in the eyes of the Lord, but yet he presented to you as a form of entertainment. He might put it in comedy. You see, cause we brought forth this lesson. I was scrolling through social media and things like that, and this little sitcom type of thing had popped up where it was a couple that they was on a date at a dinner and things like that, and the heading was what it's like to have a cheap wife. But it wasn't that the woman was cheap. It was that she was a thief. You see, because she would ask the waiter for silverware, but the silverware that was already on the table, she put them in her purse. You see? So he'll come back with more silverware. Then he gave him their meal, and then she asked him, can he as well bring salt and pepper? And he said, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'll go get the salt and pepper for you." And she took the salt and pepper off the table and put it in her purse. And you'll often see that, and they say like, man, he being cheap, he taking the silverware. But really, that nigga just being a thief. And Esau Edom, he's presenting that spirit to you, in comedy. You see? He give it to you in comedy, so subconsciously you will accept that spirit. And then now you starting to carry out the traits. You starting to carry out the certain things that you done seen or heard in the media, in music and things like that. You see, but it all came through him disguising iniquities. Now you became more of an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. But I got this word trend. It says a general direction in which something is developing or changing. Yeah, and that general direction can ultimately go into your mind as well, the way you think. Because now, why all of a sudden it's gender war on the earth? That spirit of love, that's completely gone. Spirit of tension and war and disagreement, and opinions and all these sorts of things is erupting in the earth. And it's because of the way that Esau Edom is conditioned in the society. You see, it says a fashion. You see, and that fashion can go into your way of thinking, man. Now you at a point where the women in Israel glorying themselves in the spirit of whoredom. And that's because of what Esau Edom then pretty much put out there for them for their entertainment, for lack of a better term, sexy red and shit. Now when you put a camera in front of a little girl, the first thing she gonna do is twerk. You see, because they didn't desensitize them to the spirit of whoredom, and they didn't put it as in a form of entertainment, and they didn't put it as in the light of something to be and something that's to be accepted, and they took on those ways, man. And it all goes into the fashion of your mind, man. You fellowship with this devil by way of, taking on his ways. You become like unto him. You see, real quick, what was I gonna go? Romans chapter 12 and verse 2 in the NLT. It says, "Don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world." Yeah, and it's not far out to see or understand the behaviors and customs of this world, because they wearing it out on their sleeve, man. You see how an American operate in the earth. You see the things that these people do and endorse themselves in. You see, LGBT, slut culture, thug culture, black culture, all those things bring forth death, man. That slut culture bring forth diseases. Thug culture bring forth death, a degenerate spirit in the earth. The LGBT bring forth effeminate men and masculine women. The feminism movement, all these things were set up to and designed to destroy you. You see? But that's just the customs of this world. It says, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. You see? You pretty much got to be brainwashed, man. You got to be rewired, man. Because the ways of Babylon the Great, the things that Esau Edom put out there for you to be endorsed in, when you go deep into it, is an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. You see? It's disguised iniquities, you know? And when you take on to it, you become vain, and that vanity is going to lead to you being destroyed. Yeah, but it says, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect, man. Yeah, you will understand the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You will understand your lot. You know your purpose. Why you here, where you at, what the Lord has intended for this lifetime. You see, all these things are come about by way of the Lord, by way of you changing the way you allowing your how by Shema to change the way you think. You being fashioned like unto him. You see, because reading it in the KJV, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You go into that word conform. Strong's G4964. It takes you back to conform oneself, one's mind and character to another's pattern, fashion oneself according to. So through you cleaving to the ways of America, you fashion yourself like unto the ways of the so-called white man Esau Edom, which the things that he presented to you again, it brings forth death, because it's an abomination in the eyes of the Lord once you go deep into it. The Lord said that the wages of sin is death. A nigga think being a street nigga is a profitable thing, but yet you just dying and going to jail. That's the only outcome, man. You see, a woman think being a slut, is a good thing until she end up ravished or with a disease, man, or just completely passed around, and now she ain't got no grip now. It don't lubricate as it used to when she was younger, because it just ran through now. But that's what that culture bring you. That's what the Esau Edom and the things that he present to you. It brings you death, man. So this is why you allow the Lord to conform your mind unto his patterns. Because it'll bring forth life, man. You will feel different. You'll walk different. You'll think different. Everything will be better. It's for the betterment of your spirit. You see, and when you're doing better inwardly, you look better outwardly. You see? And that's why these Americans look fucking dead. Everybody got their death look, bloodthirsty look in their eyes. It's because they following after the ways of death, man. Let's see real quick. Yeah, John chapter 8 and verse 44. It says, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And who is that physical counterpart of Satan here in the earth? Who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, the so-called white man Esau Edom? It says, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. Yeah, because Esau, he's a murderer and he's a liar, man. You see, it says, and because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, see, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You see, and people have pretty much taken after the ways of the so-called white man Esau Edom by cleaving to these different trends, these different realities that's being presented here in America, man. These different realms of thinking, these different gods and idols that's being presented to you through the so-called white man Esau Edom. You took hold of that, and you didn't fashion yourself like unto this man. You see? But it was all sins disguised to pretty much keep you further away from your how by Shema Washai. But you indulging in that and refusing to warn and refusing to repent and return to the Lord, his anger is going to flare up on you, man. What is that? Second, I believe that's First Kings. Second Kings. I believe that's Second Kings. Yeah, 2 Kings 17 and verse, let's see. Yeah, verse 13, it says, yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah, you so-called Black, Latino, Native American Indians as a whole, man. You make up the children of Israel, and the Lord, he's testifying against you again today through his prophets. It says, by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn you from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, in which we know we can't keep the law in its entirety here in the society, but you keep it to the best of your ability. You see? In which I sent to you by my servants the prophets, notwithstanding they would not hear, but hardened their necks, like to the neck of their fathers that did not believe in the Lord their power. And they rejected his statutes, in which you do this again today. You reject the prophets and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and and his testimonies which he testified against them, and they followed vanity and became vain. You see, and you see that same thing today where people follow after these different idols that sit up here in America. People off into that realm of Sexy Red and Gorilla, you know, Pooh Shiesty and YTB Fat, they Kodak Black, they off into the different realms of these idols that sit up here in America. But the Lord tell you not to go after the ways of them. Don't follow idols, man. You know? Because them niggas set up to destroy you, man. Esau Edom then set them up for them to present a way of death to you, and it was going to be appealing and amusing to your eyes and to your ears to the point where you was going to follow after it. And in the end, it's going to destroy you. You know, it says they follow vanity. It's like, where I'm at. Yeah, it says, and they followed vanity and became vain and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. You see, it says, and they left all the commandments of the Lord their power and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made groves and worship all the host of heavens and served by all, because you got these fucking women off into astrology. Niggas is making sacrifices and things like that, serving Jesus Christ, and you off into Islam. You doing all these sorts of things that's pretty much trending here in America, but yet it's gonna lead you to death, man. You see, verse 17, and they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, through those sacrifices, and used divinations and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. And the anger of the Lord is going to flare up on you, man. You see? And it all came through you following the trends of the so-called white man Esau Edom, to the point where you was desensitized, to the point where the things that you're doing is an abomination in the eyes of the Lord, and judgment is going to come behind it sooner or later, man. You know? Get this last one. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus 13 and verse 1. He that toucheth pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. You see, in which that proud man, which is speaking of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is going to be destroyed, man. And those that's likened unto him, your mindset is fashioned after the way of this man's, after the ways of him, pretty much. Because he's an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. So the things that he pushed forth will only be abominations as well, man. And he pushed it forth to you through entertainment. And you receive it, and subconsciously you become it, man. And then now the fear of the Lord flare up on you. You know? Unless you repent and return to your Yahweh Shema Shai, you're gonna be made like unto him. You're gonna be destroyed right along with him. You see, but I give my praise to you, edify, I give it out honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash. Lord, once in this video, Shalom.